in the 2022 Acura MDX Type S, a little family review. We just dropped the older girls off at school. We got the younger ones with us. We're gonna do some early voting today. So a good family adventure here in the gorgeous 3-row luxury crossover. 10-speed auto made it to the star of the show, which is this 3-liter V6 that's turbocharged, 355 horsepower, 354 pound-feet of torque. I don't think, after driving this for about a week, I don't think I've redlined this thing once. And the reason is the torque is great, and I've just been driving it in town. So the torque comes in at like 1400 RPM, all 354 pound-feet, and it's more than enough to get this big 3-row crossover up to speed. The exterior, Cass, what do you think?
Beautiful, gorgeous,
it is.
Love it.
And this tiger eye paint color that's exclusive to this?
Yeah, like it wouldn't be a color I would choose, but on this car, it really looks nice.
It does.
It really does.
It's pretty. And just getting the B-roll in the morning sun, typically it's a nightmare with cars. It's not the case with this paint color. So also in the exterior of the Type S, they give you a grille that gives you more airflow. They give you, of course, the Type S badges, lots of black accents on here, the huge quad tip exhaust like the TLX Type S. You get the large 21-inch wheels with Brembo brakes up front. You get an air ride suspension for the first time ever in an Acura, which is pretty cool.
Cool.
Is it necessary? Probably not. But I guess it's definitely that luxury feature that a lot of the competitors have. So I don't know if you noticed, but when we turn off the vehicle, it lowers, so it's easier for us to get the kids in.
Yes, I noticed that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I noticed when we were dropping off the kids, you turned off the car and it lowered.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. So that's been a nice feature for family, just for family living, but I don't really need the vehicle to lower itself for performance or anything like that.
Right.
We have seen actually 2 other MDX Type S's in here in town. Mom's driving them, and I've seen kids in them too. So these are just really high-end family haulers, good alternative to the German family haulers out there. Lexus at this point in time doesn't have really anything to compete against it. We drove the Infiniti QX60. We really like that as well. But this is above that in terms of performance, so it's kind of hard to compare against the Infiniti. But let's get on to the inside. We know this thing is going to handle and accelerate great, but we're not going to be doing that with kids in the car. So interior, what do you think?
I'm not a big fan of this thing. What is this called? The mouse pad
The True Touch interface is what they call it.
I'm not the biggest fan.
I think it's tough because you're forced into using it, and you don't have the option of a touch screen. It's like, why couldn't they just bring this up closer and we could do either? Like, if you're to use the touchpad from over there, you kind of have to reach over the cups and everything. It's kind of
it's a little hassly.
It's a reach. The materials in this are phenomenal.
Yeah.
I like the wood on the dash. I wish there was more wood on the dash because it's glossy black.
Too glossy.
It doesn't scream $70,000+ to me.
Well, no, it does not.
No, it doesn't. Luckily we do have some nice wood on the doors, and then like this nice light orchid. It's called Orchid Milano leather. Is fantastic.
Yeah.
It's a little bit nicer in this vehicle because it has more stitching, and then it has a feature that you've been enjoying quite heavily.
Yes, the massaging feature.
Yeah, massaging seats.
I love it.
And I like that there's this dedicated button to it. It's simple. I want massaging seats, and it instantly goes on. Great luxury feature. Speaking of luxury, I also have a head-up display in here. Super big, super bright. Love it. A+ head-up display. It also syncs with Android Auto, so if I have a destination plugged in, it's going to pop up on the head-up display for turn-by-turn. And we also, of course, have Android Auto up here wirelessly as well. We have a USB-C here, USB-A in the back. Well, there's also another USB-A in the armrest. So there's just tons of connectivity because there's in the 3rd row, the girls would have USB-As back there.
Oh, nice.
2nd row has 2 USB-As. One's powering the camera right now. So connectivity is not going to be an issue in this MDX. We also have this massive panel roof in here, which is stunning. The kids really like it. So like, I definitely feel like this is a luxurious experience. And the glossy black is just kind of like nitpicking at that point.
Right. It's totally just nitpicking.
Yeah.
This is a nice car. It's a great car.
Yeah, it's overall great luxury.
Yeah.
Great looks, and it has the performance if you want it. You know, I can flip it into sport mode. The vehicle lowers itself. The transmission gets a little bit more aggressive. It's going to hold on to the gears a little bit more. But like, to be honest, I've been driving this vehicle as a luxury vehicle, not necessarily performance, but it's great you have both if you need it. And that this suspension has adaptive dampers, but you also have that air ride for additional comfort and accessibility. I put in my own individual mode, and it stiffens the steering, raises the suspension for more of a comfort settings, a softer ride, but I have that nice stiff steering.
Nice.
So you can customize, but unfortunately, every time you start the car, it defaults to normal. So I'd have to like mess around with the knob or press my button to get the right setting.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Another thing is the engine's off right now. I know.
It's green.
Oh, it's green. I know you don't like.
No, I don't like engine off, engine on situations.
Right.
I'm not the biggest fan.
Not a big fan either, and you do feel like this vehicle lurch a little bit if you had to stop and the engine kicks on.
It makes a funny sound.
Yeah,
Not the biggest fan.
it's a bit jolting. But there's a button here to turn off that feature if you don't like that. But again, you'd have to press it every single time you get into the vehicle, and we're too busy thinking about, hey, are the kids happy? Are they in their seats?
Are they in their seats?
Did we bring everything we need to bring? That sort of thing.
Right.
But I'm gonna, I got some open road ahead of us. I'm gonna put it in sport mode, pedal down. He just takes off, and that's plenty enough performance for me. Also, we have the top of the line ELS 3D Studio Signature. I may have butchered that. It's a mouthful, but has 25 speakers. It is the best sounding Acura, and that says something because the ELS audio is fantastic in Acura products, but this is on another level, all the speakers, and you also have like LED lights inside of there. And you also really nice ambient lighting inside this vehicle. I know you can't see it now, but the girls really like the purple color. They picked it.
Cute.
Yeah. And speaking of the girls, when I picked them up the first day in this, they immediately said, "Dad, it's a car from the commercial." And then I didn't know what commercial they're talking about because we just, we don't turn a blind eye to commercials. And then yesterday we were watching TV and we saw the MDX Type S commercial, and like, that's the commercial they're talking about. So the marketing is working on the kids very, very well. You can also tow with this vehicle.
Ooh, love that.
But I don't know exactly the tow rate. It's probably around like 5,000 pounds or something. But we'll green.
Just make sure there's no cops.
Yeah, that 10 speed is so satisfying. And I didn't have my foot all the way down there, maybe 3/4 throttle. And it's, it's not the quickest thing. It's quick for a large SUV, and it's probably quicker than most other vehicles out there. But it's very satisfying with it. You hear the little bit of a turbo whine. You feel the satisfaction of it rolling through the gears. So yeah, great pairing of the engine and the transmission here. The brakes, of course, are fantastic. Not only, like I mentioned, we have the Brembo brakes, but the brake feel has a good initial bite, and it's just, I feel like I hardly ever have to get hard into the brakes for this thing to really decelerate at an appreciable level.
Mommy-wise, can you fit a stroller in the back?
Yeah, you should be able to fit a stroller back there, no problem.
Yep, you can reach the kids easily from the front.
You can reach the kids, yep. Now, there is no spare tire.
Okay.
So that you brought that to mind when you said, could you fit a stroller back there? But just cruising here, like the 10 speed just fades into the background, super smooth.
Yes,
the
it is
engine,
a quiet
you
drive.
don't even hear the engine. I don't think I was over 2,000 RPM just keeping up with traffic. It's a very, very quiet ride in here, very luxurious. And I prefer to drive the MDX more like that, even though I'm in this Type S. It is more performance capable, but there's still no denying that the nature of the MDX is more of a comfort ride.
Yeah, the seats are really comfortable too.
Oh, the seats are fantastic in here. Heated and ventilated seats, heated steering wheel. I don't know if I mentioned that because we were talking. We're just enjoying the.
Yeah, it's a nice car.
Massaging.
The massaging seats are
so
nice.
Yeah, it's great. And there's tons of different settings. I want to say there's like 10 settings or something for the massaging seats.
Wow.
So you just press and hold this.
Oh.
And you have different.
I love that. So that's amazing.
Look at there's what, 4 there. So 9 settings.
And there's like intensity levels too, which is cool.
Yeah. So if we wanted to do your seat, I think we just hold down this button, and then it goes to your seat. That's incredible. And then you can control which one you want.
Love it. Rejuvenation.
There you go.
Let's go. It's nice. I really like it. Maybe one tiny nitpicking thing. There's not a lot of space maybe for legs in the front. But like, how often are you going to bring like a diaper bag and a camera bag?
We have a lot of stuff with us.
This is unusual.
It's not, and even though it is a large 3-row crossover, it does still have its limitations with space with the kids, like them getting their backpacks. So they get out of the 3rd row, our older kids, and they come into the 2nd row, and their backpacks are in the footwells there, and it's just hard for them to slide around and get out of the car. No, we're kind of spoiled with that minivan accessibility that is just can't be beat, really. So, but
regardless, not everyone has 4 little kids that are practically in car seats, that are all in car seats.
Car seats, yes. 4 kids, 6 and under. So this is not going to be the average person buying this vehicle, for sure. Probably 1 to 3 kids would be my guess, and that 3rd row might be occasionally used for their friends or cousins or whatever. So.
Can this car hold a lot of groceries?
Yeah, I think so. I think there's a good amount of cargo space behind that 3rd row. So it's pretty versatile for an SUV. A minivan, of course, would smoke that, but there's no such thing in the United States as like a luxury brand minivan. You'd have to go overseas to see something like that. But yeah. But do you need to spend the extra 10 plus grand over, let's say, the top of the line? I think that's the advanced package of the normal MDX with the standard naturally aspirated V6. Not necessarily. I mean, this thing definitely looks way cooler, but the normal MDX, the base design is already fantastic. Whenever I see one on the road, it turns my head. So let's say, like, hey, I want the Type S, but I don't want to spend the extra 10 to 15K over the normal MDX. You don't have to, because the base MDX is still my favorite Acura. And this is just, a different flavor of my favorite Acura. Yeah. So I don't think you can...
fancy flavor.
Yeah, it's a nice fancy flavor for sure. With a lot of edge to it if you want it. But I'm going to end it there. Thanks, Cass, for giving your mommy's 2 cents. We appreciate it.
Yeah, no worries. It's fun.
It's fun, yeah. And girls, thank you for being quiet. And it's easy in this vehicle because it's so comfortable even for them. The ride is just so smooth. So anyways, if you guys enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe for more Acura news and reviews. It's been a pleasure to drive this for a family vehicle for a week.
Oh yeah, it's been great.
Yeah, I'm going to miss the massaging seats. So.
Me too.
All right, guys, have a good one. Take care of